This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. Those with green thumbs are itching to put the cold weather past them and make a return to their gardens. But gardening experts say don't rush. This morning we have Sue Limestall here this morning to let us know what we should be doing this time of year and what we shouldn't be doing. How are you doing today?
Just fine.
So we have warmer temperatures on the way, and that means snow will be melting, but you're saying the soil is still not ready, right?
Correct. It's a little too wet to be working in the garden right now, so
Okay.
we need it to dry out a little bit more.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk about stuff that we can be doing right now, and that includes indoor seeding, correct?
Correct. If you're ready to do some seeding, get your plants in the ground for transplant later outdoors, you can start some seeds. In fact, this would be the week often to start your tomato plants to transplant outdoors. Then once we get to warmer temperatures and warmer soil temperatures in May.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that we have here.
So you can use indoor greenhouses. These come pre-packaged, ready to go with a little peat pellet at the bottom, so it's ready to accept the seed and water and put the lid on and get it started.
Perfect. And then what do you have over here?
This is a bulb booster, which right now you would put over your bulb beds where you might have daffodils, tulips. This is the fertilizer to broadcast over the bed now to give it a little oomph before the season starts. Okay,
so let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that we should be doing now for outside stuff.
You can be trimming back last year's perennials if you did not cut them back. For your mums, if you let them be hardy over the winter, which is what you should do, as soon as you see that flush of new growth at the base of the plant, go ahead and cut off last year's growth. Cut back your ornamental grasses, sedum, coneflowers, black-eyed Susans, whatever you left over winter.
Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about as the weather warms up, what should we be doing?
As it gets a little bit warmer, you're ready to start pulling back mulches over strawberries, maybe your roses if you mulch them. Get ready to put seed in your yard, grass seed, crabgrass preventer.
All right. Anything else that we should be doing right now?
Well, I've got some fertilizer ready to go over my garden beds. A nice balanced 12-12-12 fertilizer in preparation for planting a little bit later this spring. So we'll get the garden fertilized soon.
Okay. And you want the snow you want to wait until the snow is completely melted, right?
I want the snow to be gone for me to put that fertilizer down on my garden.
Okay.
Yes.
And what else?
If you have fruit trees, now would be the time to be finishing up your pruning of fruit trees, applying your dormant oil sprays, getting ready for the season.
And you were saying that this morning, or before we went out to our segment, that during the weekend you're planning on doing like your spinach and your radishes and all that stuff. So talk about that. Is that something we do indoors and then eventually put them outside?
Well, actually, I would go outdoors to plant them now. So if you do have garden beds that you can get to without walking in them, you can seed your lettuce, any of your cool season early vegetables, lettuce, radishes, carrots, beets, and get those ready in the ground already now. You'll get some early season produce.
Okay. Oh, that sounds so good, because I know you were talking about radishes and all that stuff, and I was like, well, I'm ready for a salad.
Even if you can't get in the garden to do those, if you want to put pots out and go ahead and grow those in pots now, you just have to keep track of getting them watered.
Okay. So for people that aren't experts when it comes to gardening, or they want to start a garden this year, when is going to be the perfect time to start doing all that stuff, and what kind of temperature and soil should we be looking at?
If you have warm season crops, you really don't want to get stuff in the garden until after last freeze chances, which for us is in early to mid-May. So you'll find many people trying to stretch that, maybe using cold frames or hotbeds, or using even row covers or tunnel houses to try to warm the soil up, because your warm season plants won't do well in cold soil. Okay.
All right. Is there any other tips you can give us to make sure that we have a green thumb this season?
You know, you can always replant and start over again, or do something with fall season plants as well.
Okay, perfect. And also, we were also talking that we actually have some upcoming Master Gardener classes that are available and open to the public. Do you want to talk about those?
There will be a Master Gardener class, I believe, in fall, but there are some workshops in the area this spring already. So you can contact the local University of Missouri Extension office to find out about workshops. There's a big one down in Moberly on April 5th, the Spring Forward Gardening Workshop.
Perfect. And what we'll do is we'll post everything on our website at heartlandconnection.com. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. And good luck with all your gardening.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.